Hey, Shady. Kira.
Oh, this is the Phoenix Rising.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
cool.
So it's Baby Makers, which was a heroic div team last season, and PRO, which is the new Phoenix Rising Emerald, Phoenix Rising Onyx. So I know Maps and Panda, but I don't know the rest of the team. But yeah, both teams should be fine. We are just waiting for Baby Makers to jump in the lobby. They're doing an ARAM, which should be fun. All right, they've organized their icons.
What icon is that? Is that Stitches?
I think I don't know what that is. Okay, we are about to start. We have good internet. All right. We are jumping in this thing. Chat, I think there might be like 3 of you in the chat right now. Welcome. This is the NGS summer event. We've got Baby Makers going up against Phoenix Rising Onyx. Baby Makers last season was a heroic div team, and I believe Phoenix Rising Onyx is a new team coming into NGS for this following season. Lucio ban coming out off the bat. See if they follow up with a Vala ban.
Yeah, there are some maps that Vala's better on, but I think right now Vala's just one of those bans, especially the first round they have to get rid of.
Yeah, especially on a 2-lane map, right? Because they're gonna be 4, at least 3 in one lane. Yeah, there goes Vala.
Definitely. That gives you more time to stack W if you go W build.
Let's see. Couple other overpowered heroes, I think, at the moment, but curious to see what their priority is for first pick here from Baby Makers. Check out the garage. Now, I do not know who plays what heroes on either team. I know that Panda usually is offlane and Maps is DPS, but they might have swapped roles.
Yep, don't really know what any players here really play as a norm, but Garrosh ban, good early game, good on this map, good for point control. We'll see what they ban here. The Maiev going to be banned. So that
Alright.
will leave some other heroes open, like Stitches, perhaps. We'll see what they pick. There's the
That was a
Stitches.
snap pick Stitches.
It's such a strong hero right now.
Yeah, he's really fun and really strong.
We'll see what PRO decides to take up here for their first two picks.
I would probably go a Nubarak here. It's easy target to take out the Stitches, or just to mitigate the hooks for all those beetles coming out.
So there goes a DPS and a healer. Both have some CC.
Mm-hmm.
Baby Maker's going to have to be mindful of that as they draft their second and third picks here.
The wait is over.
Okay, Cassia Malfurion root for the hook. Cassie just for consistent damage.
Yep, one of the classic combos ever since this game's been out, really. Malfurion Stitches. Easy to land, easy to coordinate, and Medivh is going to be banned for the third ban slot for PRO.
Do they ban the Nubarak, or do they leave him up, or do they just take the Deathwing to try to like block the hooks? Nubarak goes out. Okay.
Yep, that would be a scary pick. Not only do you have the Beetles to block the hook, but behind that Anubarak, you have the Stukov silence with the slow, and you have Kael'thas done with the burst. A lot of potential follow-up for the Anubarak.
Kira, what do you want them to draft here? I know it's 2 seconds in, but what are they? A tank?
They might go Deathwing.
The crusade
Okay. Joe Sylvanas.
Joanna, solid pick. Sylvanas?
They've got double ranged. And let's see the last two picks coming out. I mean, Rexar is really good here. Going Junkrat for this point control. And Sonya, okay.
Both teams going to save their offlaner for last pick. Now PRO gets to decide how they're going to deal with the Sonya.
Does Asmo Chad go? Oh, okay. Goes Rexar. And I believe Rexar wins this match, assuming both players are of equal skill.
Yep, Rexar is very, very annoying to deal with, especially on this map, such a strong pick. And normally it would help if you had maybe like a Zeratul to rotate. All the heroes over on Baby Makers have to path normally around to go up there, except I guess Junkrat, which he can concussion mine over for the quick rotation. But other than that, Baby Makers is going to have to keep in mind that top lane is going to be a losing lane in most situations on a one-on-one.
Now, which draft do you think wins here? Because I feel like these games just come down to the draft 9 times out of 10. Do you like the Baby Makers draft or the PRO draft?
I think both drafts have their strength. However, if I'm PRO, I would be careful about longer fights because Stitches, of course, just a sustained monster. You can't really kill him. And he has the Malfurion to back him up. Malfurion is ridiculous in sustained fights. And if you're PRO in this situation, you have a lot of CC, which is comforting. But the question is, do they have enough damage to kill the target that is going to be CC'd? The Stitch is questionable. He's really tanky. I think they can kill anyone else, though. Well, we'll have to wait and see.
I'll introduce PRO here. On I carry for SR, we have Stukov, Lothar is playing Johanna. US Maps is on Sylvanas. Asmochad is on Kael'thas. And Lewd Panda is on Rexar.
2, 1.
And over on the side on Baby Makers, we have Desheebs on the Stitches, Frecklebob on the Malfurion, Paper Tanks on the Cassia, Deadwish going to be playing the Junkrat, and Marbuckle top lane solo playing the Sonya. Both teams going to kind of trade some skills. KT going to be taking a little bit of poke, but nothing consequential. And I would say we see normal talents across the board. Sonya gonna pick the auto attack heal sustain for the top lane. I'll be curious on how much that helps her.
Johanna just chilling, looking for an angle here to come back. Blind.
There's the follow up.
Yeah.
A little bit of damage traded back and forth. Early here, it's all about getting the globe control. Pyro definitely wants control of that globe. They have the Johanna and they have the KT who needs the globe. And you can see they're all positioning down toward that globe, making sure that they do in fact get control of that. Johanna gonna get hooked with the root, gonna Iron Skin out of that, no problem. Take some damage.
Johanna does just talent into Laws of Hope at level 1, so he's gonna have priority on picking up globes. And we see Kael'thas picking up the globe talent as well.
Actually, top lane, Rexar's Bear is going to be taking a lot of damage. Warpaint really going to help her. The Sonya sustain up in top lane.
And it looks like point control, they're going to fight over for a little bit. Hook goes out, doesn't connect.
Pick up W in silence is going to miss. Cassie's going to go with the Fen.
Oh, good root onto Sylvanas.
And that's Stukov's trait going to be done for about 16 seconds as Poke's just going to be traded back and forth here. And Baby Makers have control of both the shrines. Warpaint really doing a number, and Rexar's kind of in trouble because he already tapped and he's low on mana. Sonya just tapped, so she's going to be full HP.
Oh,
big combo going out to Cassia. And she is going to fall, but they're going to trade. 1-for-1 Cassia for Sylvanas, says they're still going to be fighting over this point. Blue's going to lose control of it for a little bit. This Baby Makers is going to trade some poke with the Junkrat, maybe back up a little bit. And that's one thing about Junkrat. He's just so annoying on poke. And oh, he gets him with the concussion mine. Nothing's going to happen there. Stukov getting a little bit low on mana.
Cassie's coming back, full health, full mana. Good damage onto Deadwish.
Granna's got to be careful. Once her Iron Skin runs out, she's going to be a little low. Sylvanas has the Haunting Wave to get out. Concussion Mine's going to miss.
Stukov is low on mana. He's tapping. And Rexar is not having fun top lane.
Not at all. I thought that Rexar might have more of a favorable matchup in this case, but I guess Sonya, with that Warpaint at level 1, is just going to assert that dominance in the top lane. And Rexar, his easy prey at level 1, is good for mercenaries, but not so much in the lane.
We see 3 members top lane for PRO, with Baby Maker staying bottom to get the wall here. If PRO isn't careful, they might take more core damage than they want. It looks like they're going to be able to clear it up, but they're going to lose their bottom wall and perhaps the well. Good hook onto Lothar.
The hook lands on the Johanna. Iron's going to go out. Cassia fends. Johanna's going to condemn.
And they are going to be short 1 well.
I'll show them some excitement.
So good
And they lose
returns.
that well too.
Yeah.
They lose both wells on both forts with the wall. That's going to be a problem. When you're down a well, these sustained fights, which Baby Makers already loves taking sustained fights because of the Malfurion. Not only with the Malfurion, but they have that fountain advantage now. So PRO is going to really have to look for those CC chain one-shot kind of fights.
And the Stitches went into Serrated Edge, so every time he hooks, he's going to get 5% of his health back over 5 seconds.
Just piling on the sustain.
yeah.
Hook's gonna miss.
And it does refresh every time he does the basic attack damage.
Sylvanas gonna be rotating to the top lane. Does Rexar have a stun? Nope, just gonna chunk her out a little bit. Sylvanas is gonna go ahead and start that camp up there.
It looks like they're giving up this bottom 4. They only have 2 members protecting it versus 4 bottom versus big makers. Sylvanas and Sukov are taking that siege camp, leaving just Johanna and Kael'Thas to defend this bottom 4. Hook on
gonna
Johanna.
get hit by the hook. Oh, this Iron Skin gets so much value there. And yes, they are leaving 2 members here, which they're going to take low fort damage. But good thing about Kael'Thas is he has really good wave clear. So even if it's just him and another person, they can easily get wave advantage. Hook's going to land on the Kael'Thas though.
Sleep.
And the Root's going to stop him from escaping. Root's going to hit the Johanna too. She's going to get slapped and concussion mind over. She's going to get silenced and rooted, and she can't get out. That's 2 members down for PRO.
You have a future in selling items on the internet at high speed. I love it.
Higher speed than my internet.
And they're going to lose this fort here. That's an early fort, and they're going to hit 10 a little bit ahead of Phoenix Rising.
Yep, Baby Makers is in a very strong position here. Almost level 10. Has opened up the map a little bit by taking that fort. Right now, they need to assert their dominance over the map. They need to realize we can do whatever we want up until the other team gets level 10. Stitch is going to look for the blind hook. Unsuccessful, but
Stitches
good try.
has gone Gorge. So let's see if he hits his hooks with his Gorge talent. And it looks like they're going to rotate Sonya bottom lane and move.
We're also going to see the
top.
Valkyrie.
That's right. Riptire comes out. Valkyrie comes out. Sonya's holding on to hers. I'm not sure if she's going to go Wrath or Leap. But this fort is going down.
Yep. With the Sylvanas, it enables you to push. Oh, Sonya's going to engage there.
Sonya's
Goes
1v4. He goes Leap onto Sylvanas, takes her out 1v4. But she's going to pay for
Sonya,
it.
so much damage.
Wait. Yeah, she just paid for it. So it's a 1-for-1 trade, but they lost a fort for that trade.
Wonder if we'll see the Valkyrie catch anyone here.
There we go.
Onto the sitting duck Kael'Thas.
Hook on
And Hook's
Sukov?
going to land on this Dukov.
I'm not
Gorge.
sure if the Gorge was necessary there, but they gorged him anyway.
Right on the Junkrat trap, and that's going to be 2 members down. Actually 3, but Sylvanas has spawned already. Yeah, that's the scary part. Like, Sonya just packs so much damage just in her base kit, but also the Poison Spare level 7, her Shattered Ground that she picked at level 4, and the Leap that enables you to get a second W off.
So Phoenix Rising has their 10s. They went Unleash the Boars at 10, Mind Control, Swipe, Blessed Shield, obviously, and Phoenix.
Burn, baby, burn.
Yep, just gonna pile on the CC. Good thing though about that is Muffian has the Nature's
And they
Cure.
look like they caught out the Sonya, took her out. So it is a 4v5. You got to take
Great
back one of these
catch.
points. Take back one of these points real quick. And force a fight while they're on equal talent level.
If I'm PRO, I'm definitely looking for a fight.
They're looking for a hook here. Gorge is up. But PRO
definitely needs to fight.
They are not looking for a fight.
They're gonna take a wide flank, hopefully to get someone.
They're not going to get much channel out of this.
Interesting map movement. Both
Okay.
teams kind of going in
Yeah.
a circle, avoiding each other. Now
So-
Sonya's gonna be up for the 5v5.
All 5v5 are back up.
Oh, the mind control
goes
hits
out.
on the stitches.
Leap.
Oh, huge leap into the
4-man
back
leap.
line.
Valkyrie comes out. Take that
Valkyrie gonna
Sukov.
interrupt the swipe.
Oh, and Stukov
Oh.
eats it. Lothar might be in trouble here. Hook onto Kael'Thas. Azracha's low. He goes down.
And Junkrat is just in the back line queuing the enemies in the face. 1v3.
Lothar, does he live? Okay. Hits
Oh.
his trait. That's
That
a
Iron Skin
3 for
was-
0, and they're probably going to start channeling and take the boss.
Yep. Little bit sketchy fight. It was kind of monk-ass for both teams, but again, Baby Maker's coming out on top.
Curious
And
to
they're
know
gonna
why
have a
they wouldn't
boss.
take that fight 4v5. Junkrat started the hard camp on the PRO side, so they're going to have a boss and a hard camp pushing along with the objective bottom. This is definitely a keep, in my opinion, unless something crazy happens there.
This is what I like to call the Braxis sandwich. You have the boss in one lane and the Zergwave in the other
hook on
lane.
Kael'thas, Gorge. Blessed Shield misses. And just gets
Oh,
carried
wow.
away. Oh, not good. Valkyrie comes out.
Oh
No
my
trait.
god.
This might be
So much
GG.
damage.
Leap misses.
Oh,
good
Leap
hook
misses
on
with
the
the hook.
Stukov. Swipe comes out. Stukov is in trouble. They lost the bottom keep. Oh, Junkrat's looking
He's
for
gonna go
something.
in. Oh, he
it's
gets him!
it.
The key right over the wall. Oh, that level 13 concussion mine talent allows him to just leap around like a Genji with an E on a 3-second cooldown. It's nuts.
Misha goes down. Blue Panda is in trouble. Goes down. Mind control hits, but the core is GG. Strong first match coming from Baby Makers. They really had PRO really had nothing to counter what they had. I don't know.
Yeah, it's definitely a tough comp to face. Not only with a sustain like the ones we talked about earlier, but they even have a little bit of a CC chain on their side once they hit level 10.
Yep.
Not only with the Gorge follow-up, but they also have a leap with the Valkyrie follow-up, as you saw in that top fight. Leap on the 3 or 4 members of the backline, and then Stukov got immediately Valkyried, interrupted his swipe, and he just got deleted.
Yeah. Looks like look, no, they chose map. Okay, so I'm gonna make the next game is gonna be an Alterac, and PRO's opting for map pick. Let me find the map here. But really strong first game coming from Baby Makers.
I hope for PRO this game, it would incentivize them maybe a little bit to ban the Stitches. Because not only is Stitches he's ridiculously good right now, but on Alterac, those hooks on the objective can just be very, very annoying sometimes.
Yeah. I mean, you can also hook from your fort, right? Because the hook is long enough to reach.
Yeah. And then even if you're technically not by your fort per se, you also have the level 13 fishing hook passive. And even before that, you have Gorge. So you can always position yourself not directly under the fort, but near it over a wall, and you can always Gorge and walk to your fort. So be very, very careful of that if you're not going to ban it.
Now, PRO opted for map choice here. So they might have a strategy here. Who knows?
Yeah, I'm wondering if they'll pick up the Sylvanas here.
Well, I know they have a Lost Vikings, but a team like Baby Makers probably has a way to counter that or just ban it out, knowing that they're strong here. But I would if I was a PRO, I would have opted for first pick over map pick. But got to hand it to them. They gave it a shot. Just I think their draft didn't allow them to do what they wanted to do, especially with just a pick tank like Stitches who can just fish every 12 seconds looking for something.
Yep, I think PRO had 1 or 2 moments where they definitely could have looked really hard, like that one fight when they got the pick and they were 5v4 for a little bit. And they had all their ultimates up except for Rexar Boars. So all it takes is their team to rotate really really hard and look for maybe a Blessed Shield to catch someone out, and you have all that CC out. Besides Spores, you have Stukov, you have Kael'thas, you have Misha Stun, and that alone should be enough to kill anyone besides Stitches, I want to say. But again, you know, Malfurion, the level 7 cleanse is very annoying.
So it's best of 3. It's 1-0 Baby Makers. First pick is towards Baby Makers, obviously. What heroes do you like on this map?
I like Chromie.
Yep.
Chromie's good. If you're looking for the macro side, characters like Zeratul, Dahaka, even Falstad, maybe some Brightwing. I think we might see a Brightwing here. Maybe even Medivh, but I'm not sure if anyone plays him. And like you said, Vikings.
Yeah, the double global pressure is really fun. Follow does come out, banned out. Curious to see if they ban out the Stitches in the second wave. I would, okay, take out Garrosh again.
Same 2 bans.
Yeah, so I would ban out the Stitches. Just it was a little scary for him.
What did they ban last time?
That was it. It was Medivh Vala.
I think they banned Medivh 3rd and Maiev 2nd, if I remember.
You're probably right. Yeah, you're right.
But I mean, Medivh and Stitches both super annoying heroes, but Stitches is going to be first pick for Baby Makers again. And this time PRO maybe put in a little more thought on how they might want to deal with the Stitches, how they might want to approach this, maybe if they go for another Malfurion again.
They opt for the ETC. So they do have a
That's
poly.
interesting.
They have a poly. So Greymane for just good camp clear at 1 minute, and whenever it comes back up. Malfurion again for the root on the hook. So great burst damage from Greymane, good roots and sleep from Malf.
This is potentially already a double global for PRO.
Yep.
So I'll be curious if they're going to put ETC in one of the off lanes.
I'm curious if they run ETC as an off lane and draft another hero.
Maybe ETC in the top lane and then Tyrael in the bottom lane?
Or a Nubarak, right? Because they need something to block those hooks and Cocoon for Gorge.
Yeah. If Baby Makers ban the Nubarak, they'll be the same bans as last game.
Okay.
As Sylvanas.
So maybe they took the bait. Maybe they took the bait. Let's see what they choose here.
Now for last game,
I'd like to see Tychus. I think Tychus.
Tychus would be good.
It's really annoying going against any Tychus as a tank.
I would also, if I were PRO, be thinking about if someone gets Scourge, how are we going to deal with that? Do we have like a time stop? Do we have a Valkyrie to pull him back?
Okay, so sadly, we're not going to see ETC offlane. But we do have double global Falstad Brightwing. And do they go Sonya again? Because Sonya just did so well up against Panda.
I think Baby Makers is going to have to draft a strong solo lane to cover for the macro that PR has.
Yeah. Eva comes out, good double wave clear. And Zeratul.
And there's their macro. That's
Yep.
how they're going to deal with PRO's macro. Very nice drafting, I think. Zeratul can cover the macro and still offer enough burst for that Gorge target. And you have the bomb to zone.
Samuro comes out. A very annoying hero to play on this map. Since the clones could run around, swap, and start channeling objectives.
There is a Samuro build. I don't really play Samuro, but the build is essentially E build, and you go Blade Storm, and you can double soak pretty efficiently. You can even triple soak because you're so fast while you're invisible, but I'll be curious. There's no Abathur with the Samuro, of course, so not super annoying. But I'll be curious on how PRO is going to play it. Their comp looks very, very macro heavy.
Yeah, it's gonna be a technical game for baby makers. Let's see if the double global pressure from Phoenix Rising can handle it. I will introduce the blue team. We have Paper Tanks on Greymane, Dead Wish on Zeratul, Desheeps on Stitches. Freckle Bob is playing Malfurion again, and Marbuckle is on Diva.
And over on the side for PRO, we have Loot Panda 99 on the Gazlo, I carry for SR on the Brightwing, US Maps on the Falstad, Asmachad on the Samuro, and Lothar going to be playing the ETC.
Looks like we got Diva just heading straight top.
Not too bad since it is a heavier map or a bigger map, and Diva's movement speed's a little bit nerfed.
It looks like Zeratul is going to float around, and we already see Gazlo bottom lane. So hook comes out onto Brightwing.
Oh, already a hook. Oh, wow, that was... Oh, Zeratul going to blink behind the wall, but he's going to get polyed.
That's a little greedy.
That's probably the one thing, if there are any Zeratul players out there. When you try for a play like that, and there's a Brightwing there, and you just get target CC polyed.
Asmachad's doing good damage on the Diva. Let's see if these teams start the camp at 1 minute.
Now, I actually think both teams are really strong at level 10.
Yep. You see Greymane starting the camp with Malfurion, and I carry for SR, and Maps are starting theirs. A little bit late. Looks like Stitch is going to proxy the wave as long as he can. And we have Zeratul going up against Gazlo bottom lane.
Falstad going to opt for the W build, and Samuro's going to opt for that E build that I was talking about before.
Bring up talents here.
Both top lane and bottom lane for the side of Baby Makers are going to have it a little rough. Zeratul is going to definitely lose early against Gazlo, and Samuro is just going to assert his dominance in the solo
comes out
lane.
from ETC, stuns Paper Tanks, but he just walks away. Baby Maker's doing really good damage in this wall here.
Oh, ETC power slide is going to come in. Falstad W going to be sticking to that Greymane. Going to chuck him to half. And Asmachad's just going to abuse that little Samuro trick.
Onto Falstad.
And the Poly's going to follow
Good damage
up.
on Paper Tanks. Root comes out. They avoid the root from Malfurion. Both
Little
teams
bit scary.
Are a little chunked. Panda is just putting up his turrets, trying to ward off a Zeratul. Slide comes in from ETC. Hook comes out, lands on a minion. And the siege camp is back up for Baby Makers. Greymane and Malfurion are going to start that siege camp up again. And I carry for SR and Falstad are going to start theirs. You see Samuro rotating bottom lane.
Now, as it stands, PRO has a slight XP advantage for level 7.
Yeah. See, we do see Gazlo and Diva top lane dancing. Trying to get 7 for the team as fast as possible. Although, it looks like Hook comes out into Lothar. He should be fine with block party up. And both teams are now 7.
Yep.
Q comes
Oh,
out,
slide
BDC,
goes out.
Boop onto the Greymane. I'm not sure if they have much to follow it up with, though.
Poly's going to chuck him
Root
to
comes out of
half.
Falstad.
And Bribing is going to cleanse that Falstad out of that root. Both teams have a cleanse, actually, both healers.
The
Not an
Samuro
unstoppable, but a
is
cleanse.
cleaning up a little bit of the objective. Oh, and a kill we almost missed on a Greymane.
Middle is both teams were a little bit playing with fire in the beginning, but one of them finally pays the price.
It's a 4v5. Greymane will be back up in 4 seconds. The timers are still pretty low. Lothar comes out with a Q and an E onto D.Va. US Maps is low. Hooks misses.
Oh, that hook was very close. Falstad's gonna have to back now.
Samuro did start the channel. And that's the annoying thing with Samuro, since he can just do that. So a little bit of channeling time going over to the PRO side. And
Baby Maker is gonna head over, see if they can get a cap.
Yep. US Maps is back here as Falstad. Asmochad, though, he can just kind of hide away and start channeling the objective on the other side. Looks like they're going to get off that. Greymane is going back to their siege objective. Let's see if Maps and Brightwing can grab theirs, their siege.
Zeratul going to be dancing a little bit with the Samuro in the bot lane. Zeratul actually will be opting for more of an assassin build over the Q, over the cleave build. Both builds are pretty insane, but it's been a while since I've seen a build like that from Zeratul over the cleave build, so I'll be curious.
Hook does miss. They're going to get this channel, looks like, unless Pyro can step up. Sheeps opts to back away. Q onto paper tanks. Lothar is chasing. It's a 3v4 here, though, so I'd be careful.
Gazlo gonna have first rotation on the D.Va.
Looks like Samuro is just cleaning things up. He can start the channel here.
Hook and Gorge.
Gorge onto ETC. Q away, though. Good for him.
Whoa.
Channel is going onto Samuro here. Channel has started. Let's see if they hold it. ETC is low. Brightwing Z's onto him, though.
That's gonna heal him up enough to keep fighting. And Falstad does have
Bomb comes out
dust.
from D.Va. Can they stop this channel? 5 seconds left. Gazlo bomb
That's
comes
the
out.
gravel bomb coming out. It's gonna miss completely. D.Va gonna put up the defense
Zeratul.
matrix.
Gus comes
Well, the Gus
out.
is gonna hit 2 enemy members, but Gazlo's gonna get caught in the sleep, and that's gonna be one dead member.
A dead Gazlo is worth a chance, or worth an objective, definitely.
Yep, I'd chalk that up to the side of worth, as Pyro does get first objective, and with all the macro that they have, you have the Brightwing Z and Falstad, you can handle this objective pretty well. D.Va doesn't have bomb yet, so no easy clear. The only one you have to be careful for is Greymane, because so much... Oh, Hook's gonna miss barely, but he's gonna get gorged as walks up. ETC gonna...
ETC
the
does
there to
save
volley.
Falstad, but good damage returning on the switches.
That was good by Pyro. They tried to get a catch with their macro that they have, bribing the Zing over. It was a good try from them. And now Pyro has to remember, hey, this Stitches won't have Gorge for the next minute. I can step up a little bit more than usual. Maybe get some more siege damage. And they're going to go ahead and get the bottom, mid, and the top wall. No, they just got the gate. So just the top gate and both walls for mid and bot. Not a whole lot for the first objective.
But it was a really early objective. Pre-13. Looks like they're going to start their siege camp here. Both teams on siege camps.
I feel like if you're a Greymane player, camps are kind of like a 6th hero that you could kill. You just always have that on your mind. You're watching the timers. And they're going to be trading some damage top lane. D.Va.
Gazlo's a little bit low.
Level 1 talent. I mean, that level 1 talent is so good on D.Va. The fountain heal.
Yeah.
Oh, missiles are going to miss. Full ETCQ. There it is.
Just
And he's going to
a
actually
hook.
mosh pit. We'll see if they can kill Baby D.Va out of here. She won't get the self-destruct off.
Uh-oh.
And Gravel Bomb's going to land. They're committing fully to this. Will my friend be able to save her? And that is a no. They're going to get the
Viren
kill
is
on
stacked up a
D.Va.
little bit. ETC is looking for something here.
Yes, be careful for the Gorge. Hook's going to
Hook
miss.
misses.
Oh, I think he really wanted to Gorge there.
Yeah, he mounted up and just said goodbye.
Falstad gonna go ahead and fly.
The jump.
He over.
Good gust
Oh,
on a
committing a
paper
lot to
tanks.
that. Stun and Poly's
Who?
gonna go out onto the Greymane.
Is that a dead Wolfman? Organ? That is. Zeratul is low here.
PRO is getting these picks. They're committing a lot, but they are getting the picks, which is totally fine.
This match is going in a much better direction for Phoenix Rising than the first match.
Yep, already up 4 kills. Opposite of last game. They're going to try to start the bottom boss here, while Objective is going to go ahead and spawn. They have to be careful.
Down, he will spawn, but let's see how much they can do before... Yeah, they should be fine here.
Gorge is going to hit the Gazlo self-destruct. It is going to hit him by a little bit, and I think they got the kill. Yep, that is a dead Gazlo. Stitches and Diva going to pick that up in the top lane while trading for boss bottom lane.
But they are on Dead Wish here at Zeratul. Samuro is taking some leash damage. They should be fine. Now, do they rotate top and get the top boss? It looks like ETZ is heading top. Greymane and Malfurion did grab the siege camp. You see Lothar heading top. Diva is following, kind of sniffing that out. Wondering if...
Now, I think level 16 will be good for both teams, but really PRO, because if they want, they'll have the vulnerability on the poly for Stitches if they choose.
And Samuro is just making a lesson on how to be annoying on this map. Got an early channel, only got 5 seconds, but obviously baby makers have to be aware. Oh, I didn't even see the Gorge come out.
Oh
on
my goodness,
BTC.
all that CC, but doesn't quite get the kill yet. Will they get it? They're
They
chasing
get it.
so hard and they finally get the kill. That was crazy. The Bribing Z coming in last second to save that ETC just for a little bit, but in the end it didn't matter too much. They eventually did pick up the kill. They're going to make their way over to PRO's objective, see if they can cap it. They do have to keep in mind they're almost 16.
The objective is started for baby makers. Falstad looking like he's going to go bot. Wondering if he's going to get this XP or are they giving this up for free? Samuro is going to start the channel on their side, but Zeratul sniffing it out. Looks like they are going to give up this channel.
Samuro doing Samuro things in the back. He will get hooked though into the
Oh.
root, and you're just going to D out. Nope. And the Gus is there for extra insurance. Samuro playing with fire there again. Have to be careful, because once that hook lands, even if you manage to D out, you still have the Greymane engaged, the Malfurion root.
Now they were able to stop the channel, but it is 4v5. They did lose the Samuro.
There's a huge wave bottom
Now look at this
while
here.
they're dueling up here. Big VP, yeah.
Yep. Gazelle goes
You're gonna
down.
pick the Gazelle up.
Right
Curse
wing.
bullet misses. Brightwing's gonna R over to minion. Gorge is gonna go out on the ETC.
Forward goes ETC. ETC slides away. They do get the objective. Hook on ETC.
Oh, Hook's gonna land on him, but
Zero,
don't think it'll
right
do
wing
anything.
just Z's away.
That Brightwing Z has come in handy a couple times for the single targets that baby makers want to pick out the Stitches.
Now, they were able to push out that bottom lane a little bit, but Baby Makers has incredible pressure on this mid lane.
Hook's gonna land on the ATC. He's gonna Q out like he has the past couple times. Gonna be completely fine. Now, if I were Greymane, after I get this fort, you could go push one of the side lanes. It really depends on what they want to do. I always prefer side lanes because those are boss lanes. But they will go ahead and stay mid. See if they can get the wall.
And why not?
CC gonna go out on the Stitches. And they do pick up the vulnerability on the poly. Like I was mentioning earlier, that
Hook
could be
and
very
root
huge.
on
Oh,
the
CC's gonna
ETC
follow up on the
sleep.
ETC.
Brightwing is low. Gorge on Brightwing. A little,
Twilight
little
Gem's gonna
spray
miss.
there coming from Buckle Bob.
And Brightwing's gonna R out.
Let's see if Asmonchak can kill Zeratul, though. Zeratul is low. But not much that Samuro can do unless he ults. And he ults. Oh, and he has to force to use the ult on the Zeratul.
Yep. Gets
Hook
the
comes
VP
out.
out. Oh. Will Samuro try something here? Nope. Zeratul makes it out safely. And Baby Maker's just going to back out. Going to cover the macro thing and say, hey guys, we're a level up. We're going to be first to 20. Let's just focus on that. And we'll see what they do once they get the 20 advantage. They're going on the Samuro. Their Curse Bullet lands. Samuro's going to show them what Juke City looks like.
Ooh.
But Zeratul going to be like, hey, remember me? And spikes him and kills him.
Now, I have been in games level 20 to 17 and have thrown those games, so all is not lost for PRO. There is time to come back on this map.
Definitely, definitely. And with the macro they have, you could call it insurance to ensure that, hey, while they have 20, they are going to look hard, but we can cover the soak so we can get 20. And Diva's going to get
starting
jumped.
the boss bottom, but Diva is going to go down most likely.
Polly and Stun going to land on the Diva, and that's going to
Looks
be
like a
one
sacrifice
dead
for the
Diva.
bottom boss, though, as PRO starts the top boss.
That was a good pick by PRO, and trading bosses, no, isn't too bad, but you have to remember that all you have is a keep for PRO in the bot lane. So Baby Maker is going to try to push hard with it, get that keep, so it can be a win con for the objective. So PRO is going to have to back and defend this, and that leaves a window open for Baby Makers to potentially cap the objective.
We do have Samura who's able to, clone away and start channeling an objective on the Baby Maker side, though. So looks like Baby Makers are going to disengage. They're going to focus the objective. We do see Zeratul top lane trying to do his best to take that boss down, but that fort is most likely going to go down.
At this point, top boss is going to do some work. It's only half health, but Zeratul will need to be rotating down here soon.
The channel is started by Samuro. They are starting, and it is still 4v5. That boss is at about a quarter health. They're forced to send Diva up there because Zeratul can't do much. And it looks like they're going to let the boss die before. Hook onto
the hook's over the wall.
Blinks away.
Now that is a blink down.
That blink down.
Baby Maker is going to have
Hook
to keep that in
again
mind. Oh,
on
Hook's going to land on the
Samuro,
Samuro, but he can just be out. And Diva's going to engage on the back
Diva
line
does
with the
have a
Q.
bomb up. Bomb comes
Diva's
out,
going to go
Hook
to bomb.
misses.
And Zeratul's going to get thrown around like a ragdoll. And damage going out onto the Gazzle, but he'll go ahead and drop the Gravel Bomb. Going to get gorged. We'll see if they get a kill. VP onto the back line.
Most likely.
Solo, Greymane E.
Greymane
and
E.
Loot Pen is going to go down. Will they chase here?
ETC is low. Gus comes out from maps. Now
Wind Tunnel.
That Void Prism just locked down 4 players to not save the Gazzle.
And a very good VP by Deadwish to ensure that that Gorge target is dead no matter what. The other team can't
is
save
in
him.
trouble here. Curious to see if they get that bottom keep. Hook comes
Oh,
out.
Hook's going to land.
Oof.
Really good Hook. Samuro's going to make his way over, see if he can channel. Maybe get a cheese. Zeratul going to be there. Maybe interrupt? Oh, and Samuro's actually going to get the channel started. There's only 8 more seconds.
Yep. They have to come back and defend this.
First Blood's going to go ahead and land on Lothar. Falsta's going to fly and put the W on the Zeratul.
3 more seconds.
Whoa, level 20 Twilight Dream is going to hit 3 or 4 members. And damage on the ETC is just too much. He's going to go down. Gorge on the Falstad. Zeratul
They are
going to
doing
follow up
whatever
there.
they can to get this objective, and they do secure the objective. But 2 players so far have gone down for it. Perhaps Brightwing. Brightwing R's away. Hook onto Brightwing.
Oh,
So they were able to get the objective, but at what cost here? They're definitely going to lose the bottom keep.
will they? I wonder what they're going to try to do here. I don't think they can end. They'll probably just go for the keep.
Yeah, they're going to clear up the lanes here and take a keep maybe. Nope, looks like they're going bottom keep. Maybe? I'm not sure what they're doing here. They're dancing.
And the full HP Stitch is going to start tanking. No problem, gets the bottom keep. And that is Pretty free win con for the side of Baby Makers. When they get their next objective, that's going to be an easy win.
Now, PRO is getting some value top lane. Going to do some decent damage to this top keep. D.Va is clearing it up a little bit, but we see Babymaker is disengaging mid lane. All members will be back up right now for PRO. And they do get the top keep. This is anybody's game.
That's actually huge.
This is anybody's game.
Yeah.
Now, Siege
That
is
was
up.
actually interesting. They did trade keep, top keep for bot keep. Wow.
Okay, so
This is where things get dicey.
yeah.
Like
Baby
both
Maker-
teams know one misstep, one wrong fight, and that's game.
Whoever wins the next team
Zeratul?
fight wins the game. They do
Oh,
catch Zeratul.
what a bush
Oh,
cam.
forward-
What a bush cam. ETC
Two-man
gonna engage.
launch. Silence
Oh, and
comes
the
out.
Twilight Dream's gonna be there to
Bomb
interrupt.
doesn't hit. This is a 4v5 for the next 1 minute. So they need to take this fight.
Yeah, bottom boss is gonna get spawned in 2 seconds, top boss in 20. They do have the wind tunnel for the boss if they
Yep.
choose to contest it.
Looks like they're going to head bottom for this bottom boss. And looks
And
like they
Baby
might
Makers will see him on the map.
just put pressure in this mid lane here. Get that mid keep.
They're gonna trade bot boss for mid keep, potentially. Not a bad trade. You also have Grimming, great siege, great defense.
ETC is looking to port back to base. We're see Gazlo and ETC port back, let Falstad and Bribing finish it up. Mid keep does go down. Samura's ulting in the lane to clear up waves. And
Falstad's gonna go ahead and fly. Risky spot.
Falstad
Oh.
is going mid. Hook comes out and
Oh.
misses.
That was a very risky fly.
Now D.Va does have bomb. We have boss heading bottom. Zeratul there. He doesn't have much ability to clear that up. Channel's gonna start again. For PR, Hook might come out. Misses. Unfortunately, we see Samuro going top lane and clear up waves. Everyone is up for Baby Makers, but they're gonna put 3 players bottom lane to clear up this bottom keep.
That's
Hook
that is
misses.
the insurance, I guess, on this map in late game. Objectives do have almost an entire minute for you to
Yep.
cover macro.
Hook on a
Oh,
Brightwing,
Hook's gonna land on the Brightwing. Oh,
but
she's
ours
gonna.
away.
Wow.
Lothar boops.
Oh, Hook's
misses
gonna miss again.
Channel started
Zeratul
by
gonna go ahead and channel
Zeratul.
back. D.Va gonna
Gus
engage.
comes
Wind tunnel's
out.
gonna go out. Curse
Oh.
bullet down. ETC's gonna blink in with
Mosh
the Q.
is up, so they can secure this with Mosh pit. You know, Mosh comes out but misses a little bit.
Huge VP. They do
Void
have
Prism
Twilight
comes
Dream out of this
2
VP.
seconds on this. Looks like they're able to secure the objective. Lothar's low.
They're all
D.Va
gonna be
is
focusing
in the back
Lothar.
line. Hook comes out, lands on the ETC. He goes down.
There's
Is
only
this-
so many times he can escape.
Yeah, is this the 3rd objective for PRO? I believe it's
I
the 3rd
think it
objective.
is.
Yep. Now, the last 2, they haven't been able to do much with it. Now they have 4v5. They can potentially end the game here if they get a kill.
I'll be curious to see if they're gonna look for that. Falstad does have fly, I believe, up.
They have 3.
Wind tunnel on 10. They have to be
3
careful for
mid.
the hook here.
Yep.
No gorges up, but still.
Hook goes out, misses. We see D.Va bottom. We see Zeratul top, trying to do their best to clear waves. Mid's crashing. They're disengaging. So not much benefit to this 3rd objective, unfortunately, for PRO. They are securing the objective, but they're not able to do much with it.
Our raiders fought with honor and died with glory.
And this part of the game is where it gets even more dicey.
Now let's see
There's so much of the map that's open.
if they bait out the boss. They have Gazo and Viz looking for the bomb.
Good of D.Va to check that bush, by the way.
Yeah.
Don't want to fall for the bush camp again.
I wonder if D.Va knew that Gaza was right there. All right, Siege is grabbed by Baby Makers. They are in the bush, invisible.
PRO playing this pretty well, actually.
Yeah, they do have a siege going, walking up mid lane. They're going to clear that up. Looks like they're going to send some Myrrh there to clear that mid wave. And Zeratul is just puppy dogging this boss. Bomb comes out.
Oh, the side's going to go out. And Polly.
That's a dead
gets got
Zeratul.
out.
Wow.
The bush camp again.
Unlucky for Zeratul. Good pick. So again, 4v5. Objective is up. I'm not sure what's more priority, the boss or the objective here. But it's 4v5.
We'll see if ETC can land a good engage.
Slide.
There it is, the blink slide.
Paper Tanks is low. He goes down. It's 3v5.
Polly's going to go on the
Mosh is
Stitches.
still
Going to
up.
get... Stitches going to have that Devour, though. Easy sustain. Hook's going to go out.
misses.
Oh, good
They're
good
going to
castle
force the
turret.
objective. Samura's backing to clear the waves. 20 more seconds for Zeratul before he pops back up. Looks like they're going to start this channel.
And if I were Falsehead, I would be looking for a hard flank here. You have 2 members up. Hook is down.
Hook is down, but he took level 20 Master Hooker, so it's back up right about now. Gorge and Hook are both up. So if Stitches wants to be cheeky, he can look for a hook.
Greymane will be able to get over here before objective ends, but they won't have a whole lot of time to be able to recap it once he does come.
And it's going to be a 27-minute objective, so they need to fight here. Hook comes out on TC. Root slept.
Zeratul does not take the Singularity Spike.
Nope.
Good choice from him.
16 more seconds. I'm not sure what bait makers can do here. They're going to look for another hook.
Both teams just dancing around the objective now. 2 seconds to go for the channel of PRO, and they're going to go ahead and cap the objective.
Siege is grabbed. Bottom lane is
4th
pushing
objective.
pretty deep.
Hook's going to miss.
So we're going to clear up that bottom lane.
Bottom lane is so far pushed in for PRO. I don't know if they'll be able to do much.
This is the 4th objective for PRO. Let's see if they can get something with this objective.
Yep, top lane is already pushed out a little bit. Mid lane kind of even. Bot lane not in PRO's favor.
So we're going to have pretty much all the ults up for this next team fight. Now we're going to have them all up.
Stitch is sitting in
Hook
the bush
comes
looking
out.
for a hook. Oh,
Oh.
so close. Good
Yeah.
positioning from him. Good for him to look.
Bomb comes out. Gazzo's looking for a bomb.
They do have to be mindful of the hook gorge.
ETC has his mosh pit.
Stitch is going to get hit by the Gaslow bomb. Diva missile's going to fly out. Will they get this mid keep? I think they will.
The mid key goes down. Hook onto Gazzo.
VP is going to go out and hit the ETC. Gazlow is surely dead here. Surely.
Yep.
Zeratul going to get Polly, going to take a ton of damage there.
But look at the core. Look at the core. 10,000 health.
ETC going to blink Q over.
7,000 health. 6,000 health.
Oh, and the silence gets
4,000 health.
Oh, wow.
Oh, Gus coming out from Falstad. 2,000.
Oh, and the bomb is huge. Zeratul.
3.
Greymane's going to engage, and they're going to wipe the team.
It had 1 health. It had
Oh
1
my.
health. Oh, wow.
Their core actually had 1 health?
The core had 1 health. And we're going to see Baymakers walk bottom and end the game. What? That hurts so much.
Oh, no.
That is, yeah. I've never seen a 1 health core ever. And this hurts.
Falstad mentioning he missed an auto. You don't think about that stuff normally, but
Nope.
in situations like these, it's very bitter.
And the gorge just make it extremely salty.
What a game.
Very good game for both teams. Unfortunately, someone had to win there. 1 health. That hurts. Okay, let's look at these stats here. I'll message Paper Tanks if he wants to do a interview. Wow, 1 health. Okay. I'm gonna jump into the NGS lobby. Are you in that Discord, Chitty?
I should be in the NGS Discord. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm in it.
I'll be in the lobby 2.
Okay. That was almost a 30-minute game.
Yeah. Yeah. It's a good game.
Hello.
Paper tanks, 1 health, and that looked like a sweaty fight there.
It was 1 HP. I've never seen that before.
Yeah, I have never seen that either. But let's go over these games. Well, first off, congratulations on the win.
Thanks.
Game 1, extremely dominant. It seems like what you guys had, there was no response from PRO. But walk us through the draft, the bans, and what you were thinking.
Sure.
I think you banned out Lucio and
Garrosh.
Garrosh both 1-2.
Yeah. So Lucio right now, is complete and utter trash because he's so bugged out. But and the cleanse is just
Mixing
ridiculous.
level 20 mixing fire is banned.
Sure.
Yeah.
The cleanse on a 14-second cooldown is still ridiculous, or
Yeah.
20-second cooldown. So yeah, we're not taking Lucio. We're banning it. It's pretty standard for most people. And Garrosh into stitches is just in a good time because while he's standing there throwing a hook, he's a statue and easy throws, right?
Yep.
So we took the Sonya for the top lane because we didn't really think that they could bring anything out that would be able to beat the Sonya. So we were pretty confident in that. And then the stitches, because stitches right now is really broken. Yeah, I mean, we just played off of that. Mouth roots, stitches hooks.
Definitely a
That KT at the
dominant
very
game
end
1.
was kind of what sealed it.
Yep, it was a great game 1. Game 2, extremely even. So even that your core was at 1 health. But we see hard macro coming out from PRO. We have globals from Falstad. We see globals from Brightwing. We have an annoying Samuro to start channeling the objective. What was the draft? I see a Zeratul coming out to just annoy teams. We see paper tanks. We see you picking up Greymane. Talk me through the second game.
So we initially drafted the stitches into the mouth. That's a pretty standard thing. But then we took the Greymane to have a very strong 3-man. Once we kind of saw the Brightwing come out, we thought that they were going to try to do some global stuff. And then once the Falstad Sam came out, we pretty much knew that was the case. We also knew that we weren't going to necessarily be able to channel objectives with all of their stall, but also the Sam doing the backdoor on the objective. So we kind of played more camp and just tried to push buildings because we knew that they had a little bit better clear and macro than we did.
Yeah, I mean they had 4 objectives, and honestly, they couldn't do much with it until the last one, and even then, they couldn't end the game.
Well, yeah. I think that's just a difference in maybe mentality because they also had the opportunity in game 1 where it was a 4v5 after they got Marbuckle on Sonya on that rotation, and they gave us the camp for free. So I think it was maybe if they were a little more aggressive, they could have ended the game, and they just kind of let us stay in it until we were finally able to get that 1 HP defense.
Yeah, that was oof. It felt bad. All right, so your next opponent, it looks like it's Yellow Owls. I don't know much about them. I'm not sure if you've had time to look at their team. Looks like they had a pretty dominant victory last night. But yeah, have you any scouting on Yellow Owls at all?
We haven't looked at all yet. I'll probably look tomorrow, start that process.
Cool.
But if it's all right, can I do some quick shout outs?
Oh, absolutely.
Very good. Cool. Shout out to the other team. That was a lot of fun. I know we kind of talked the other side of things and DMs and stuff, and so it was kind of to be what was expected. But we had a lot of fun. That AV game was really good. And then shout out to the team. We haven't really had much practice time these last couple months, but managed to hobble together a win. And shout out to you guys. Thanks for casting the game. I think this is one of the only games this summer so far that's been casted.
Well, to be fair, I'm just scouting your team if you guys get to play us in the 3rd round. So it's altruistic, but at the same point, some scouting for us.
You're bronze 6, huh?
Yeah.
I gotcha.
Yeah.
Very cool.
Hey man, I appreciate you guys, and good luck in the next round.
Very good. Thanks a lot. Have a great night, guys.
Good night.
Good luck.
Kira, thanks again for joining me tonight. Good cast. And where can we expect to see these teams? Baby Makers, Heroic Div team. I think they went pretty far in the playoffs last season. But Yellow Owls, I think they won the A Div last season as well. So 2 really good teams going up next round. I'd be interested to catch that one as well. But any shouts, Kara?